TEMU has an incredible selection of crafting and DIY items, but how good are they? I placed an order of only craft items, and here's what I found. First is this brush cleaning bucket. Now, I had a similar item before and loved it. The brush holder holes are small, but what I really like about this are two things. These angled brush rests, and the best feature, these bumps in the bottom of the rinse bin. It really cleans your brushes well. I'm just getting into using paint pens, and I love them. I picked up these metal paint pens from TEMU, and I love these beautiful colors. They are really easy to use and great quality. I also picked up a variety of stencils, both letters and flowers. Overall, I like them, especially the letters. The flowers were detailed, so the result is not so crisp, but it could be because I was using paint pens or markers and also on a wood surface. However, I'm not sure how well these will work for stenciling with paint, and they definitely won't work with burn paint as they're plastic and not silicone. However, I am still happy with them. And of course, I had to buy this koala stencil. These are silicone, so they will work with the burn paint. I also picked up this koala gear build. It was pretty easy to assemble, even though the instructions are not that clear. It actually doesn't articulate like it's supposed to, but it could be because I have the pieces pressed together too tightly. I do wish I had painted it first, and I actually think I'll take it apart, paint it, and then reassemble it. These metal shears actually worked great, and I was kind of surprised. This is a piece from the Dollar Tree, so it's not super thick, but it's not super thin either. So I was happy with this purchase. And I've not used the slide measure yet, but I do think it'll be a great help with accurate measuring. I've also not used these pressed flowers, but others have used them, and I look forward to doing so. Now on the fence, first of all, is this heat gun. It has a short cord, which was the first problem. I've never used a heat gun, so I wasn't sure what to expect. However, the temperature is not even as hot as my hairdryer. The air doesn't come out as strongly as a hairdryer, so maybe that's the point. It wasn't that expensive, so I'm going to hang on to it. Then are these miter shears. I had purchased another pair and returned them, but then realized I may not have put a blade in them. This pair here is actually more substantial than that first pair, and it did start to cut, but it didn't actually finish. Now, it could be that I just simply don't have the hand strength to use this item. It does appear to be pretty good quality, so I'm not going to call it a fail, but I did return it. In my order, I did have a couple of fails. First is this brush cleaner. I really had high hopes for this. It puts clean water in this small cup and then dumps the used water into a reservoir, so you always have clean water to clean your brushes. The assembly instructions were almost non-existent, but in the end, the little cup did not seal, so when you poured water into it, it just went straight into the reservoir. And these burn pens, I thought might be an alternative to burn paint, but they didn't seem to work really well. I used both the heat gun and the open flame, and neither changed the look of the pen. Now, maybe I needed to hold that flame longer, but as my wood was already starting to turn color, I was not comfortable doing that. So I think TEMU is kind of hit and miss when it comes to your crafting items. But based on the price point and the fact that returns are free, don't be afraid to place an order and then test it out and decide for yourself. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you have a quality day.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that.